Welcome back, mutants, to Mr. Bones Wild Rides. This is part 5 of my Tomb Raider 3 Remastered Modern Glitch Restricted tutorial where we get cool, enjoy some tomato soup, and explore some abandoned mines in Antarctica, which also contains the finale for this category. If you missed the tutorials for India, Nevada, London, or South Pacific, I'd link the playlist for the full tutorial in the description. Now, without further ado, let's go. Previously on Professor Bones, we fought living statues, escaped from a maximum security prison, brought down the Cosmetics Empire, and even did a bit of whitewater kayaking. Regardless of the order you chose, you must have completed all 3 of the Nevada, London, and South Pacific areas to advance to the final area. That brings us here to frosty Antarctica. We're going to jump across these islands. And there are 2 different paths that we can take. I'll show you the old path first. It might be about the same amount of time, but it uses a lot more med kits. So you're going to go up to the slope, and you're going to point the camera at the bottom of this crack. You can see the darker line on the ice. You're going to jump at that, and then pull up onto the ship. And you're going to run over here. Make sure to stop here, and then jump over the slope, and grab to get into the air raft. And you're going to take the air raft all the way around the ship. And we're going to drive it all the way to this big metal gate right here. And from here, you're going to jump out and continue holding roll so she turns around and swim underneath it. Then we're gonna swim through the icy water, trying to hug as close to the wall as you can. And as soon as her cold meter starts running out, you're gonna have to start spamming heal. Then from here, we're gonna go to this tile and do a water corner bug. Again, you have to heal the whole time. And when you do that, she should pause at the very top of the flicker, in which case you want to hold roll and also hold left, and she'll pop out like that, just like in Temple Ruins. It's a very similar flicker. And you're gonna jump across like this and then pull up. Jump over this. And you're at the end of the level. Just run around the cabin until you hit the end level tile. So the other way of doing it, which is a bit easier, we're going to do a remote trigger. Just like we did in Temple Ruins, we're going to do another remote trigger. And this time, instead of using a flare, we're going to use the snowflakes in the air to activate the end level trigger for us. We're going to jump over here like this, into the water. And you're going to swim through the icy water all the way to the cabin. You should use 1 or 2 health kits here. And you're going to jump over here. You can also swim directly to this platform that we're going to, but it just requires more health kits. I'm going to pull out right here. Then, we're going to jump onto the slope. You want to jump from this slope into the alcove right here. You want to make sure that you're kind of on the top right-hand side of that slope, otherwise you'll hit the ceiling. Now, from now on, you have to kill everything that you see. So there's a dog in here. Takes 1 Desert Eagle hit. Get around the corner, and there's a guy and a dog. And then you're gonna go around this corner. And now, when you go through this cave, you'll see that an enemy has spawned in this building, all the way in this window. And that's gonna take a lot of time to go over and kill, and possibly spawn even more enemies going over there. That's because we're on a trigger tile right now. So what we're gonna do is we're going to roll through that corner to skip the trigger. You can check to see if he spawned in the window, and he didn't, so that means we skipped the trigger. That's perfect. And you can see the angle I took. It's a little bit sharper than 45 degrees. See, I'm a little bit to the right of the 45 degree mark. And I kind of lined it up with the corner. Then you're gonna get up and shoot the dogs. And then we're gonna go over here and we're gonna do a flare embed into this wall. And then you want to make sure to get a nice deep embed here. It just helps a little bit. That should be good. And then it's RNG time, so now you just wait. You have to wait until a snowflake hits the end trigger tile. And you wait, and eventually, the level ends.
Oh, Nye, come in. Make yourself at home.
Then we've arrived at RX Tech Mines, so you're gonna head to your left, get in here, and you're gonna pull out a flare. And we're gonna do another remote trigger. So we're gonna drop the flare on this tile right here. We're gonna run around 2 more doors to this corner. And we're going to embed into this corner. And that activates the door to let us exit. And we're just gonna leave. Much less confusing than the normal route. And you're gonna drop down. Push the button. And as soon as you push the button, you want to be kind of fast running through here, because the guy with the flamethrower shows up. And if he starts torching the mutants before you clear the room, he can set you on fire, so just be careful. And then we get into the middle minecart. In Glitched, we skip the bottom minecart, keep that in mind. So we're just gonna take the middle one. And in case you struggle a bit with the minecarts, all you do is you wait here. This is a good point to save, because you can die here pretty easily. When you go down this hill, you want to brake, like right now. That's a good speed. And then you want to hard brake on this slope. And then you can just let it go. Like that. That might take a bit of practice. And then hit the switch. And get out. The RX Tech employee kills the mutant for you, so you can just dive through these drills. And then roll as you slide backwards down this slope. Roll off the platform and grab. Let go. Drop down here. And now you want to get into this corner and face the crack, and then just run off and grab the crack. Like that. Get about halfway across the tile and drop down. And then once this crack fully opens up, you want to pull up into the crack, like right here. And then we're going to go over here and roll. And then get up. You want to be kind of fast at that. Otherwise, the mutant can poison you, and then you have to waste a medkit. You want to make sure that that mutant is crawling away. And you're going to do a flare embed right here. Into the crawl space. If you're really fast, you won't need to pull up a second flare here. So you're gonna roll through, push the button. And again, if you were really fast, you can grab your flare again and roll back out. That wasn't quite fast enough, that's okay. And then you're gonna drop down. You're gonna pull up onto this grating, grab the crowbar, and then you can actually make this jump off to your right. Normally people go around to the left, but you can actually make this jump to the right. Across. You're gonna climb up this ladder, go around to the side. Remember to crawl through here so you don't take any damage with these drills. These alcoves. Then here you're gonna pull up. You're gonna pull up again, and then you can just do a standing jump, so you don't have to vault a third time. And then do another standing jump into this alcove and sprint through so you don't get poisoned. Slide down the slope, and now we're back with the minecart. But we're gonna run past the minecart. Instead of getting in it, we're gonna run past the minecart and start going backwards through the train tracks. So you're gonna do a flare embed here. Jump up the slope, and then you're gonna veer off to the left. And now you're at the stop for the bottom minecart. I'm gonna push this button. Run through here. And now you're gonna slide down this slope. You can light a flare here if you like, because it will get very dark. It helps to slide down this side and jump before you hit the bottom to avoid the stumble. And don't sprint until you turn this corner, because now you're gonna race that mutant all the way through this hallway. You wanna make as much speed as you can, because you're gonna go right here and do a flare embed. You can also just climb up the ladder, but it's faster to do a flare embed. And you have to be very fast at that flare embed. You're gonna push that button and go through here. You probably have to light a second flare when you go through this crawl space. And you're gonna hop on down. Then there's a mutant that's gonna open this door for you, so you can just pick up the Desert Eagle ammo and go into the water. And pick up your little crank. And you're on limited time here, so you're gonna get out. You can go get those flares and the Desert Eagle ammo if you wanna use a med or be really fast. I think if you wanna get the flares and the Desert Eagle ammo, you have to get that first, I believe. And you have to jump from the side you get out in. I'm gonna push these buttons, trying to avoid the mutants. Try not to get pushed around too much by them. And you're gonna leave. And you're gonna do a crawling corner bug right here. And now you're back up here. Go around the left side, jump over this slope. And now you're at the secret. And this is actually two secrets. You'll hear two secret chimes. There's that one. And then there's another one when you get to this crawl space. Then you're gonna roll out of this crawl space around to the right side. And this part you do have to do kind of quickly, because there's a mutant down there and he can poison you. You want to run into this corner, and you want to align the pillar in front of you, this corner, with the opposite corner on the pillar behind it, so that one. So you want to be at like a 45-degree angle, and then just jump one to get your corner bug. And now you're on top of everything. Then, you're going to light a flare and run off of the right side onto this platform. You'll lose a bunch of health, but you should survive, unless you're low on health. Open this door, get your battery. Now you can either just run up to the top, or we can do another corner bug. Just do the same bug again. You can also do it from the other side if the mutant isn't right there. The mutant's right there for me, so we're just gonna do it from the other side. Get in the top minecart, and now you can do 0 inputs. There are no inputs required for this section. So now you just wait. You can... Now is the perfect time to take a drink of water, or to look up how to do the next couple of glitches or something. Watch some TV. Just wait. I like to reset my camera right about here. Go. And then we get out and jump to the right. And now we're gonna put the battery in on this side, and we're gonna go behind the crane and put the crank in. So, and that lifts the diving bell and also opens the door for us to be able to exit. Then, we're gonna dive into the water and we're gonna make a mad swim. If you are low on health kits, there are safety pockets where you can replenish your cold meter. There's one to my left. There's one inside the diving bell, this big yellow thing. You have to swim from underneath. Otherwise, you have to spam heal through the whole thing. And there's a final safety pocket to my right. And each of those safety pockets has a medkit in it, if you need it. You should use about 5 health kits. You're gonna jump up here. So as long as you have about 5 health kits, you should be fine. And you're gonna push this button. And exit the level. Lost City of Tinos is pretty simple. We're gonna do some pretty major skips here. So you're gonna go over here, onto this wall, crawling corner bug, and we're gonna do a weird kind of flicker all the way up to the switch above you. So you're gonna do the flicker, you're gonna turn about that angle, pull out your guns to turn, and then just hold roll, and you should end up there. The angle that I had... Let me show you the angle that I had. The angle was about this. You don't want to be... You kind of want to be into the wall. You don't want to be too far out, like that. You don't want to be too flat, because then she won't go up. You're going to jump down the slope. Then you're going to pull this lever to open the door. You're gonna sprint all the way across this little section. And then we're gonna do another crawling corner bug right here to get up to the top. And you're gonna push the first, the second, and the 5th buttons. Remember, 1, 2, 5. Some people even, when there's like puzzle solutions like this, some people like to name their splits for the level. Name their level splits the puzzle solutions. So like some people would name this level 1, 2, 5. Then we're gonna do another remote trigger. Gonna do the last remote trigger. Gonna pull out a flare and you're gonna drop it on this tile right here. Then we're gonna run all the way across this bridge. You can make this jump. It's very difficult, but you can make that jump. Then we're gonna go over here and we're going to do a crawling corner bug. embed in the wall. And you've reset the flip map. So now we can just run all the way to the level exit. We don't have to worry about the masks, we don't have to worry about the 4 element areas, or the climbing section, we don't have to worry about any of that. Or the room with the pool, we don't have to think about any of that, we can just run straight to that exit with the beam of light. Try not to jump into the hole too early, because you can die. And then you're done. And now onto Meteorite Cavern. So Meteorite Cavern, the start will reset your guns for some reason, so make sure to hit the shortcut to take out your Desert Eagle. And then you're gonna backflip and shoot him. You should take 10 hits to kill, and then pick up the Aura Dagger. And you're gonna sprint all the way across. Jump over the pit. And you wanna be very fast here, you wanna be very, very fast. Pick up the element 115, and you're going to sprint across here, and you're going to slide into the edge, and then shoot him 10 more times. If he kills you there, that means you weren't all the way on the edge. And you're going to take the Infata Stone, and then you're going to take the Eye of Isis. You have to kill him one more time. Kill him once more to finish the boss battle. So it should use 40 ammo altogether. You can use 50 if you don't want to get two meteorites in one. Then we're going to do a rolling corner bug here. So you're going to go into the corner here, but a little bit far in so that your left foot is inside that block, if you can see that. Then you're going to turn the camera so that this inner corner right here aligns with the corner that Lara's in front of. Like that. Then you're going to turn towards it and roll. And you can skip the whole ladder, jumping on the hand sequence. And then we're just going to exit the level. We still have one more glitch to do, but this whole exit the cave thing is glitchless. We're gonna take our 1 monkey bar of the game. I think it's funny how the only monkey swing in the glitched run is at the very end of the game. And then we're going to go over here. Pull up. Jump across, and pull up again. And you're gonna go down the slope. And you can jump down the slope to go a little bit faster, but be careful of hitting your head on the ceiling. Now this next sequence has to be done kind of quickly, because it will spawn a bunch of enemies, including a flamethrower. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna start sprinting about here is when they spawn. You start sprinting, and you wanna go in here, and go to this corner, and crawling corner bug. And then just jump around the trigger, which is about right there, and that trigger closes the gate. So if you skip the trigger, you can just run straight through the exit gate, and you're done. And that's it. You've completed Tomb Raider 3 Restricted. You should be very proud of yourself. This is not an easy category. This is pretty difficult, so give yourself a pat on the back. I want to thank you all for watching. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful night, and remember, the ride never ends. Bye.